Look out!
This was really building something from the ground up. You know, none of us had really known what we were going to sound like. Like, we had no predetermined thing.
Right in my face.
Playing with these guys is like fucking magic.
Everybody's so proficient in their own instrument, in their own world on the songs.
Everyone just meshes together. We clown around, we beat up on each other.
It feels like family. It feels like a brotherhood.
You know, we all push for the same common goal. Make this band the best we can, and let's not make any of the mistakes that we made in the past. I love playing with these guys.
I feel so alive.
I call him the maestro. You know, 'cause he's just a gift. He's got a great ear. He's the catalyst for this whole thing.
If I can't express myself verbally or something like that, I have to find a way to get it out, because if not, I go fucking crazy. My old band was Havocate. I had a fucking blast. We got to do awesome tours, and the records were cool. It was 05, 06. It was time to kind of settle down and put my shit to the back burner a little bit and take care of my kid and my family. Both my boys are older now, and I needed to find myself again.
Feels like I'm locked in chains. You always lead me on.
Kris hits really hard. You know, he's a real muscle drummer, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he beats the fuck out of the drums.
He's got his parts down. He's solid on. They don't change. He knows what he's supposed to play.
I just love to play. I love to be on stage. It's like a comfort to just be behind my drums playing. I was in a previous band and I needed a fill-in, and a mutual friend turned me on to Freddy.
It was undeniable. The second I played with Kris, it just lit me up again. I wanted to play. Everything that I had buried down for 10 years of, you know, not wanting to be in a band and not wanting to struggle was like, fuck that. I'll struggle every day to be able to do this.
That band didn't make it, fell apart, and he said, let's keep this going.
I had said to Kris, like, hey man, I love working with you, and I think we could bring this to a different level. You know, are you willing to put the work in? And Kris was all about it. And, you know, so we started writing new material, and I knew Reno from Havocate. He had stepped in and toured with us when Greggy went back to do Testament.
Hi world, it's me. It's Reno.
I like to say this all the time. Reno is the most talented person I've ever met in my entire life.
The bass doesn't just have to be like this background thing, like it can have its own voice. You can be a weirdo on the bass. I did the punk rock thing for a long time. Then for a couple of years, I was doing like experimental instrumental fusion.
Advocate.
I got a chance to, you know, play some big stages and meet some kick-ass people and, you know, do like some fucking serious shows, you know, bigger shit than I've ever done before. It was a fucking awesome experience. I was living in happy bliss up in the Catskills, not even music on my mind, and you know, we just kind of got together and started like jamming on some new ideas and new stuff. Me and Fred really just connected off the bat, playing wise.
And it was a perfect fit. I mean, I wanted to write with Reno 10 years ago and it just didn't happen. He's like my little brother, but at the same time, he's like my equal. You know, he'll push me just as hard as I'll push him. He'll push right back.
Why'd you have to go and be so cold?
So we worked, me, Kris, and Reno for a couple of months, and then Ray kind of came into our world.
When I sang with Spread Eagle, I was very high energy. I toured, I worked hard. We were a hard-working band. We were a very high energy band. And just due to personality conflicts and no label support, just wound up dropping that. I spent years after that still wanting to entertain, so I did a stint in theater. I did a bit of stand-up comedy. I even put together a solo record.
Probably like September 8th or 9th of
Yeah.
2015. Ray and I got on the phone. We spoke for hours. It just completely made sense. We connected on a million and one levels of, you know, just our past, where we came from, how we came up, and, you know, what we were doing. And the first time we rehearsed with him, it was like, holy fuck, this guy gets it. He had this kind of sleek modal thing, kind of like how like a snake kind of moves like in and out of tones.
Snakes are cool.
Thank you.
You have to keep going on and evolving. And now I get to experiment and create a new sound with Freddy in this band.
All the guys are very talented and they bring a lot to the table. It's very easy to put something together and have fun doing it. That's a big part of it.
People hear distortion and heavy riffs and they're like, oh, you're a metal band, but I think given like the versatility of everybody in the band and Ray's voice, I think it goes beyond that. I'd prefer to call it like modern, contemporary, hard rock music.
Weapons of Anew, it's aggressive, it's high energy, it's also melodic.
It was like this whole new musical weapon, and that's how the name like Weapons of Anew came. It was a new musical weapon for us.
Don't care about